Horror Stories Fanzone channel. Whispers. Even in the morning, when the drowsy hum of car tires wiping the pavement indicates that thousands of pairs of feet are about to clatter down the stairs, tens of thousands of computers will turn on, texts and emails will fly, and the world will sink back into meaningless turmoil, and even at lunchtime, when thousands of jaws chew crispy, just defrosted vegetables in the ordered salad, and at night, when dull and monotonous clock mechanisms move their hands, when the refrigerator in a Hrushchevka switches modes, and some neighbor starts another scandal, I cannot fall asleep. It seems that closing my eyes and removing myself from the outside world with a wall of closed eyelids, thereby giving myself a chance to drift off into the realm of Morpheus, but no. Anxiety, anxiety. When I close my eyes, I can't stop hearing the cacophony of sounds around me. A creaking floorboard, a shuffling slipper, a siren howling in the distance, or a young person turning on music in the car, so loudly that the windows shake. I can even imagine this teenager, with his head shaved and his bomber buttoned up to his neck, drumming his palms on the steering wheel of the spotted car. I can hear it. Tight beats, pum 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 pum, pum pum pum. I can't stand dubstep. Organically don't digest it on a cellular level. More like get away from that place where the sounds rip my hearing organs, already susceptible like a tight string. Touch it and it will squeal, push it a little, and it will rip, injuring the touching hand. The nearby city park is my escape. Here the grass rustles and the velvety breeze runs between the trees. It seems that the forest spirit, hugging the trunk with its arms, hides, then shows itself, sticks out its tongue and runs to the next tree. And the whispering of the leaves, how they are like people being on the branches, they are proud loners, then, falling down, blown away by a sudden gust of wind, or already from the fact that the stem has become too weak, circle in a meaningless bustle, and lay on the ground, so that the soon snow becomes a posthumous mound for them. To the northern part of the park, which is closer to the 9-story buildings, I like to walk, here somehow in its own way cozy, here you can hear the warm rough cat tongues licking milk, as a little kitten purrs. Sometimes, from a place a little closer to the 3 whimsically shaped aspen trees, you can hear the playful barking of a black puppy. I've never seen him, but somehow I'm sure he is black with white markings on his chest. And here, where the daisies are planted, the parrots have found their last resting place. Kesha and Rita. They often chirp merrily, and then no kitten or puppy can be heard behind them. All of them, and many other pets, sleep in the ground, buried by the loving hands of their former housemates. The local authorities have tried unsuccessfully for years to ban the burial of animals, but no official in his right mind would sit and watch over the visitors to a makeshift cemetery at night. I continue my walk and come out of the undergrowth to the administrative building of the local art school. It's dusk now, classes are over, and the kids are happy but tired. Holding their mother or father's hand, or in some cases both, they return home. I think I can hear the last boy taking off his socks, a little sweaty after the dance, putting them in a canvas bag, and, pushed by his stern grandfather, going home. I try to get through this section a little faster because I can hear the creature living in the sewer nearby, sniffing to see if all the living have left the building. And then, 3 hours after midnight, the creature will stick its flabby body into the sewer pipe and crawl in, meter by meter, around the bends. It knows every child by name, knows how it smells. The creature is too old to feed on the living, but it licks the cold traces of touching fingers off door handles, and it circles all the places where someone has forgotten their hat or jacket. This find pleases the creature more than any other. She rips her flesh open with a single tooth, and a few drops of what replaces her blood fall on the children's things. The drop is white and almost imperceptible, but if you come back the next day, and find the lost thing, and don't wipe off the drop and wash it off, then the creature will know where you sleep, and at night, through old pipes, it will sneak into you. On my way home, I hope the teenager in the car outside the house has already picked up his girlfriend, and they've gone somewhere equally noisy, away from me. Here at the edge of the park, I walk quietly, treading softly from toe to heel. East side. I practically creep toward the rooftops of private houses that peek out about 200 meters away from me. It's noisy there, too, the boiling pots, the hoarse barking of an old mutt, the sweet sniffing of a red cat, the sounds of gunfire in the headphones of a young cyber universe conqueror. Anything is better than that wailing in the east end of the park. I quicken my pace, it pains me unbearably to be here. She was never found, and neither was the person who did it. A beggar and a streetwalker, no one wanted her, and he promised to feed her. And he kept his promise. He fed her with food and sleeping pills and buried her, alive, but unconscious, in a deep hole at the edge of the park. And the waif breathed for hours more in an old wooden box. It had been more than 40 years, but, coincidentally, any buildings, and hence excavations in that place were not approved by the administration, or were postponed. Whether the park director intentionally had a hand in this, or it was a different will, I do not know. But I can't listen to this cry from under the ground and the story whispered by black lips for 40 years now. And when twilight wraps its arms around the sleeping city, I tread its streets in silence, so as not to disturb the unquiet spirits of the suicidal construction site next door, the soul of the little boy who pulls all the doorknobs in the night out of mischief. And when I wash my face at night, looking in the mirror, I never say anything out loud or look myself in the eye. I once heard that those who live in the mirror and pretend to be us do not tolerate it. I do everything very quietly, because one day they, who live beyond the fine line, will hear me too.